You folded it neatly, thinking it was just another good deed. A shirt you no longer wore, a pair of pants that didn't fit, a sweater that belonged to a colder season of your life. You dropped the bag off at a donation bin or handed it to someone with a kind smile, and you walked away feeling lighter. But what if I told you that very moment you may have handed over more than just fabric? That you might have unknowingly transferred your luck, your peace, your energy, and opened a door for misfortune to quietly step in. It sounds dramatic, but stay with me. Every piece of clothing we own holds more than thread and buttons. Clothes absorb moments. They hold onto our sweat, our tears, our silent heartbreaks. That hoodie you wore during your lowest nights? The blouse from your last hospital visit? The coat you wrapped around your shaking shoulders after a phone call you'll never forget? Those items carry echoes of you, memories the mind may have moved past, but the fibers remember. And if you give them away without care, without cleansing, without releasing the emotional imprint stitched into their seams, you're not just giving them to someone else. You're transferring weight. And in many cases, that weight doesn't just move, it circles back. I've spoken with women who couldn't explain why their homes started feeling heavier, or why arguments seemed to increase, or why they suddenly felt off, tired, unlucky, right after a round of closet decluttering. And time after time, we traced it back to a pile of old clothes given away in a hurry. Because when energy leaves without being released, it doesn't disappear. It lingers, it travels, it finds its way back. So before you clear your closet again, ask yourself, are you giving away clothes or giving away pieces of yourself? Part 1, old clothes hold more than thread, they hold emotion. You don't see it when you fold the fabric. You don't hear it rustle when you slip it into a bag, but it's there, woven between the threads, tucked beneath the seams. The ache from the night you sat alone in silence. The breath you held in during that hospital visit. The tremble in your hands when you closed that chapter of your life and didn't say a word to anyone. You may no longer think about that moment, but the shirt you were wearing remembers it for you. That's what old clothes do. They carry not just fabric, but fragments of who we were when we wore them. We think decluttering is cleansing, that if we bag it up, give it away, clear the drawer, we're somehow clearing the emotional clutter too. But our energy doesn't work like our closets. You can't throw away something you haven't released. You can't donate what's still holding a part of you. And here's where it gets quieter, darker. If we're being honest, that sweater you wore every time you felt invisible, it still holds that weight, that pair of pants that clung to you during months of chemo. It remembers every restless night. That button-up shirt you had on the day you said goodbye for the last time, it's not just fabric anymore. It's memory in physical form. And when we give it away, we're not just donating clothing. We're releasing emotion, but not always in a way that sets us free. Imagine this: a stranger pulls that shirt over her shoulders, not knowing the grief you breathed into it. She suddenly feels anxious, tired, emotionally heavy, for no reason she can explain. Or maybe it lands in a quiet secondhand shop, soaking slowly into a corner that never seems to feel warm, no matter how much light enters. And worst of all, it doesn't stay gone. Energy, unlike clutter, doesn't vanish. It moves, it circulates. Sometimes it returns, cloaked in different forms. A sudden string of bad luck, tension in your home, unexplained fatigue, or that quiet sense that things just aren't flowing like they used to. This is not superstition. It's not magic or mystery. It's the echo of emotion left behind in things we touch daily, intimately for years. Clothing is the most personal layer we wear. It sits against our skin. It holds our warmth. It absorbs us, quite literally. When something so close to our body stays close for years, it remembers us better than we remember ourselves. And if we treat it like garbage, like an afterthought, like something we're just done with, then we dismiss the energetic imprint we've left on it. And that dismissal comes back around. Now let's pause, because this isn't about making you fearful of your closet. It's about helping you see it differently. That blouse you haven't worn since your divorce, it's not just a reminder, it might be a blockade. That coat from your caregiving years, the one you wore while holding your mother's hand in hospice, it's heavy in more ways than one. That dress you never wore again after the funeral, it's still carrying sorrow you no longer speak of. And if you give those pieces away casually without releasing the weight they hold, you're not passing on comfort, you're passing on burden to someone else, or worse, to your own home again in a new form. Energy moves in loops. What's unacknowledged tends to find a way to surface, and when it's been passed off instead of consciously let go, it drifts. That's when you start noticing things. Your house feels tense for no reason, your sleep gets interrupted, finances slow, emotions feel heavier. You clean, you rearrange, but something still lingers. That something may just be what you thought you'd already let go of. But here's the turn. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The power is in how you release. When you treat your clothes not as clutter, but as carriers of your past, you get to choose how you let them go. You begin to honor what they held for you. That blouse didn't just hide your sorrow, it walked through it with you. That nightgown wasn't just cotton, it comforted your skin through long, sleepless nights. That's sacred, and sacred things deserve a sacred release. So before you tie the donation bag, ask yourself, what is this piece holding? What part of me is still inside it? Am I giving away healing, or am I giving away wounds that haven't closed? Because the difference matters. It matters deeply. Letting go should never feel rushed. It should feel like breathing out after a long-held breath. It should feel like gratitude, not guilt. And when you give from that place, from clarity, from reverence, your clothes can become blessings. They can carry warmth into someone else's life, not weight, but only if you've lightened them first. There's a kind of ritual that begins with reflection. It's not dramatic, it's quiet. You hold the item in your hands. You remember not to reopen the pain, but to thank it for what it witnessed. Then you cleanse it. Physically, yes, wash it, dry it in morning sun, but emotionally too, speak into it, whisper a blessing. May this bring comfort, may this carry peace, may this be worn in light. And only then you give, because when you release something with love, it no longer pulls you back. When you bless it, it no longer carries what hurt you. It becomes light, it becomes a gift, not just to someone else, but to you. You deserve a home where your memories live in photo albums and journals, not trapped in fabric that's been waiting too long to be acknowledged. You deserve to feel that shift when energy finally moves out, not in circles, but forward. That's when the flow returns. That's when light feels cleaner. That's when life begins gently to lift again. Part 2, 4 types of clothing you should never pass on. Number 1. Funeral clothes. You wore it to say goodbye. Maybe it was black, maybe dark navy. Maybe it didn't matter because your mind wasn't on your outfit that day, it was on the weight of loss. The church pew, the graveyard wind, the flowers that didn't smell like comfort. Your shoes moved, but your body didn't want to be there. That dress, that blouse, that coat you slipped on before stepping into one of the hardest moments of your life. It's still hanging in the back of your closet. Or maybe you already gave it away, telling yourself it was just clothing. But what if I told you that piece, soaked in grief, shaped by mourning, is still holding onto the very energy you were trying to leave behind? Funeral clothes are not ordinary clothes. We wear them not for ourselves, but for someone who is no longer here. And in that space between honoring the dead and carrying on with the living, something happens. The energy of loss, of finality, of unresolved sorrow, it settles. It clings. It enters the fabric. You may take the dress off. You may store the shoes in a box. But the emotion, the memory, the energetic residue, they don't leave as easily. We live in a culture that praises donation. If we're no longer using something, we give it away. We like to believe we're lightening our lives, helping others, but not everything is meant to be passed along. Some things, especially things tied to deep emotional pain, carry imprints that don't belong in someone else's home. Funeral clothes are one of them because they are not just garments. They are silent vessels that absorb the vibration of grief and loss. They are worn in rooms filled with quiet tears and held breath. They brush against trembling hands, carry the scent of final embraces, soak up the words left unsaid. When you wear something to a funeral, you are marking it with the energy of transition. An ending, a separation, a letting go that often doesn't feel complete. And that energy does not vanish when you wash the fabric. You could bleach it, you could press it, you could fold it neatly and tie it up with a bow, but sorrow isn't that easy to erase. It seeps in. And the next person who puts on that dress, who slips into those shoes, who buttons up that shirt, they're not just wearing your old clothes. They're stepping into the energetic imprint of one of the most emotionally charged moments of your life. I've spoken with women who donated their funeral attire only to find the recipient began feeling heavy, depressed, or restless, and had no idea why. One woman gave her black cardigan to a family friend. Weeks later, that friend called and asked if anything strange had happened while she owned it, because every time she wore it, she felt an unexplained sadness settle over her chest. And it wasn't the style or the color, it was the emotional residue that had been stitched into it by loss. Now, this isn't about fear. This isn't about ghosts or superstition. This is about emotional integrity. It's about understanding that what you wear in moments of deep transition becomes more than cloth. It becomes a container. A container for the unspeakable, for grief that still needs time. And when you pass that container along unaware, you may be sharing something far more intimate than you intended. It's also about your home, that funeral dress you haven't touched in years. It's still holding that energy. It's part of your closet's vibration. You might not wear it, but it's still here, with you. And sometimes when you walk past your closet and feel a sudden pang of something unnameable, or when the air in your bedroom feels just a little too still, that dress is part of the reason. We think our homes are shaped only by furniture, light, and decor. But they're also shaped by memory, by emotion, by the energy we leave behind in objects that were never just objects. So what do? You don't give it away. You honor it. You recognize that it was worn during a sacred moment. A goodbye, a threshold, a time of great emotional weight. You can thank it for holding you through something unspeakable. And then you release it with intention, not casually, not in a donation pile. You can bury it. You can burn it in a safe, ceremonial way, or if you must keep it for personal reasons, seal it, store it separately, and never let it mix with the living energy of your daily clothes. But whatever you do, don't pass it on as if it's just another item. Because here's the truth. Grief doesn't just live in your heart. It lives in the things that were near you when you carried it. And if you want to lighten the emotional load of your home, your heart, your life, you must release with reverence. One last thing. Some people believe that funeral clothes should never be reused, not even by the original wearer. And maybe that's because every time you put it back on, you step back into the version of you that was grieving. And for someone else to wear it without context, without preparation, is to silently hand them a weight that was never theirs to carry. No one should wear another person's sorrow unknowingly. So yes, donate what you no longer need. Share what can bring warmth and comfort to others. But not this, not funeral clothes. Let them serve their purpose once, and then let them rest. The living need lightness. The dead deserve peace. And somewhere in between, we find healing when we choose to release rather than repeat. Number 2, clothes worn during illness. There's a certain kind of silence that surrounds us when we're ill. A quiet, heavy air that settles over the room, over the bed, over the body. It's not just physical pain, it's waiting, it's hoping, it's enduring. And the clothes you wear during those moments, they don't just cover you, they witness you. Every nightgown soaked in fevered sleep, every pair of sweatpants worn during weeks of slow recovery, every robe that brushed against a tired shoulder in the early morning hours of yet another appointment. These pieces hold more than memory. They hold a vibration, a stillness, a fragility that doesn't just wash away with laundry detergent. You may not remember exactly what you wore during those weeks in bed, but your body does, and those clothes do too. They remember how they clung to you when you could barely stand. They remember the weight of your limbs as you curled into them, trying to find comfort. They remember the exact moment you heard the diagnosis, the tears that fell into their fibers, the breath you held in when you didn't know what tomorrow would bring. And because they were so close to you for so long in such a vulnerable state, they absorbed everything. It's easy to look at those clothes now, stacked on a shelf or folded into the back of a drawer and say, I don't need these anymore, someone else might. And maybe that's true. But here's what most people don't realize. When you give away clothing that was worn during a period of illness, especially chronic or serious illness, you may be passing on energy that was never meant to leave your body. Clothes are porous in more ways than one. They breathe with you. They collect your warmth. And when worn during prolonged states of weakness, fear, or despair, they become saturated, not just with physical residue, but with energetic heaviness. This is why many people who receive secondhand clothes unknowingly begin to experience symptoms that don't belong to them. Fatigue that lingers, sleep that never quite feels restful, a strange emotional weight that creeps into the chest even when life feels good. It doesn't happen every time, but it happens often enough to stop and ask, what might these clothes be carrying? I once heard a story from a woman who gave away all her sick clothes after finishing cancer treatment. She wanted to start fresh, to physically remove everything tied to that painful chapter. A noble act with a good heart. But weeks later, the woman who received her items, a friend of the family, began experiencing intense migraines and a general sense of emotional fog she couldn't explain. When they eventually talked and traced it back to that hand-me-down bag of soft cotton shirts and thick, worn-in leggings, the energy made sense. Not because it was superstition, but because it was saturation. Those clothes had held illness for too long, and instead of being released, that energy had simply been moved from one home to another. Illness creates residue, not just on the body, but in the air, in the fabric, in the things we touch every day when we're not at our best. Think about the clothes you wore the most during that time, the ones you reached for instinctively, the ones that didn't judge the shape of your body, the paleness of your face, or the slowness of your steps. They were companions, silent witnesses, carriers of moments that were hard to live through, much less pass on to someone else. And here's the deeper truth: there's no shame in that. There's no shame in the fact that your clothes helped hold you together when your world felt like it was coming apart. But because of that, they deserve more than a quick trip to a donation bin. They deserve release, not just physically, but energetically, emotionally, spiritually. Because if you don't let that energy go with intention, it doesn't dissolve. It travels. So what should you do with clothes worn during illness? Start by acknowledging them, pull them out, touch them. Feel the weight, not just the physical fabric, but the memory they carry. Thank them. They served you in a time of great need. That service matters. Then decide, are these items worth cleansing and blessing for someone else? Or is it time to let them go entirely? If you feel they're still carrying too much, burn them if it's safe, or bury them, or cut them into pieces and release them slowly with intention. If you choose to pass them on, cleanse them first in salt water or sunlight and speak into them. Whisper the healing you want to stay. Send the pain away with your breath. Say, may whoever wears this feel strong, safe, and free from what once was. And only then pass it forward. You see, illness isn't just a personal journey, it creates a ripple. And unless we pause long enough to close that ripple, it keeps moving outward, touching others. This isn't fear, this is energetic hygiene. The same way we clean our homes, our sheets, our hands. We must also cleanse the things that held us when we were most vulnerable. You are not your illness, and the clothes that wrapped you during that time, they're not just garments, they're symbols of survival, of struggle, of strength, yes, but also of pain. Honor that and release it fully, so that the next chapter of your life and the next owner of your clothes can begin without carrying a piece of what you've already lived through. Number 3. Clothes tied to heartbreak or failure. You still have it. The dress you wore to the court hearing. The blouse you slipped on before that hard conversation you didn't want to have. The jeans you pulled up the morning after everything fell apart and nothing felt right anymore. We don't always mean to keep these pieces. Sometimes we forget they are there, folded away in a drawer, hanging quietly in the corner of the closet. Harmless, we think, until the moment we see them again and feel something stir. Grief, shame, a slight tightening in the chest that arrives without warning. Clothes remember things we work hard to forget. They remember the weight of the moment, the silence that followed a slammed door, the phone call that unraveled your plans, the long walk to nowhere after a conversation that changed everything. You wore that jacket when you got the news, You wore that scarf when you drove away. You wore that dress when your voice broke, when your hands trembled, when your heart said yes, but life said no. And now, years later, you think maybe it's time to donate it. Let someone else use it. Pass it along. But before you do, pause. Not every piece of clothing is meant to be shared. Not every outfit that's still in good condition is safe to pass on. Because the energy of heartbreak doesn't fade with time, it only settles. And it settles into the soft seams, the hemline, the neckline that once pressed against your skin. Heartbreak leaves a residue, and that residue is often invisible but deeply felt. You might tell yourself it's just clothes, that what matters is the memory, not the material. But the truth is that memory has a home. And when the emotion tied to it is unresolved, when forgiveness hasn't come, when grief hasn't softened, what's left behind becomes stored in the things we touched most often. In the fabric that wrapped around us when we were too numb to speak. In the buttons we closed with shaky hands. In the sleeves we pulled down to hide the tremble in our wrists. And when we give these clothes away without processing what they hold, we pass that weight to someone who has no idea what they are stepping into. That red dress might look beautiful on another woman, but why does she feel anxious the moment she zips it up? That suit jacket might fit a new body, but why does it feel suddenly heavy on the shoulders? That pair of shoes may walk someone else's path, but why do they carry such quiet sorrow in their stride? These aren't coincidences. They are echoes of unresolved emotion, energy that hasn't been released, pain that wasn't fully grieved, sadness that settled because there was no room to speak it aloud. When we tuck away our heartbreak in the closet, it doesn't disappear, it waits. And when we hand those pieces to someone else, we're not just being generous. We might be unknowingly handing off a burden we were never meant to keep or share. It's not about being afraid of your clothing. It's about being honest. That skirt wasn't just what you wore when you got laid off. It's what held you as you questioned your worth. That hoodie wasn't just part of your post-breakup routine. It soaked up every lonely evening you tried to pretend didn't matter. These things deserve reverence, not random redistribution. They deserve choice, not autopilot donation. If a piece of clothing has walked through sorrow with you, don't give it away casually. Sit with it first. Ask what it's holding. Ask what part of your story is still lingering there, and then choose with full awareness whether to let it go or to release it entirely. Some items can be cleansed, blessed, and offered forward with love. Others, they may need to be cut, burned, buried, or released in ways that feel more sacred than practical. Letting go doesn't mean pretending it didn't matter. It means honoring what it held and deciding not to carry it anymore. You are not the failure, you are not the heartbreak, you are not the mistake or the ending or the almost that still makes you wince when you think about it. And the clothes that witnessed those moments, they don't need to stay wrapped around your body or wrapped in your life. Maybe you're afraid to let go because it feels like letting go of a piece of your past. That's okay. You can release slowly. You can talk to the piece. You can say, you were there when I was broken, but I'm not broken now. You can say thank you, you can cry, you can fold it gently, but do not treat it like clutter, because it's not. Energy doesn't just attach to people, it attaches to things. And the things that were with us during our lowest moments are often the heaviest, even when they look light. So when your home feels stuck, when your emotions feel foggy, when your energy feels off, check your closet. There may be a story in there that's still whispering, still waiting for you to say, it's time. And when you do, when you let go with clarity, with intention, with grace, you don't just clear space on a hanger, you clear space in your heart. You open room for something new to arrive, something that doesn't carry the past, something that feels like peace. Number 4, worn out, shapeless clothes. They don't look harmful. They don't carry dramatic memories. They weren't worn during heartbreak or funerals or illness. In fact, they're often the easiest to overlook. A stretched-out t-shirt, a pair of leggings faded from too many washes, a robe that's lost its shape and no longer holds warmth. These clothes sit quietly in drawers at the bottom of laundry baskets or balled up in the corners of closets, not because they mean something, but because they mean nothing. That's the danger. Worn-out, shapeless clothes don't scream for attention. They whisper in low, invisible ways. They don't weigh on you like grief-soaked garments or hospital pajamas, but their effect is subtle and constant. They reflect stagnation. They embody depletion. They say, I no longer have purpose, but I'm still here taking up space. And slowly, without realizing it, you begin to mirror that same message in your body, your energy, your home. Every item you allow into your space contributes to your environment's vibration. We think ragged, lifeless clothes are neutral, but nothing is neutral in a space as intimate as the home. Objects either give energy or take it. And when you hold onto things that no longer serve, no longer uplift, no longer fit or support or reflect who you are, you're not keeping comfort. You're keeping clutter, energetic noise, emotional noise, a kind of invisible mess that doesn't just stay on shelves. It spills into how you feel every time you open your closet and sigh. Think about the oldest, most stretched out item in your drawer. The pajama pants with thinning fabric you still wear because they are just for around the house. The hoodie with a stain you can't scrub out but still throw on because it doesn't matter, I'm not going anywhere. But it does matter, because you're going somewhere. Your energy is always moving, even if your schedule isn't. And when the items closest to your skin whisper messages of worn out, tired, I'm not worth replacing, you start to carry that same frequency without even noticing. These clothes aren't haunted by the past. They're drained by time, and the danger lies in how easy they are to justify. It's still wearable. I might use it while cleaning. It's just for sleeping. But we forget sleep is restoration. Cleaning is care. Home is the most sacred space we have. Why would we fill it with things that echo exhaustion? You wouldn't hand someone a wilted flower and call it a gift. You wouldn't serve dinner on cracked, grimy plates and say, it's good enough. So why do we keep clothes that are sagging, stretched, stained, or unraveling? Because we've grown used to telling ourselves we don't deserve better. That comfort can't also be beautiful. That rest can't also be respectful. And the longer we live alongside objects that reinforce that message, the harder it becomes to notice the cost. Even more concerning is when we give those clothes away, not with the intention to bless, but just to get rid of them. We convince ourselves that donating anything is better than throwing it out. But what are we really giving? If it drains your energy, if you wouldn't wear it anymore, why pass it on to someone else? True generosity carries dignity. It carries awareness. Giving away what you no longer want because it's worn thin isn't kindness, it's displacement. And in the laws of energy and reciprocity, what you give thoughtlessly often returns with a similar tone. A woman once told me she cleared out 3 bags of old clothes and felt light for a week, until her teenage daughter started showing signs of irritability and restlessness. At first, she thought it was hormones or school stress. But when we looked deeper, she had kept the bags in their hallway for 10 days before dropping them off. They weren't just bags, they were piles of stuck energy, shapeless and tired, sitting in the center of the house. The mood in the home shifted as soon as they left the space, because depletion lingers even if it's wrapped in cloth. So what do we do with worn-out clothes? First, stop pretending they are neutral. Hold them in your hands. Ask, does this still serve me? Not in comfort, but in energy. In how it makes you feel when you put it on. Do you feel held or just covered? Do you feel cozy or slightly diminished? If you hesitate, it's time to let it go. But don't let it go without gratitude. These were the clothes that walked your dog in the rain, the ones that held you during Sunday afternoon naps, the ones that made space for your body to soften when no one else saw you. Thank them, and then release them intentionally. Not thrown in a bag in frustration, but folded with reverence. If they are too worn to pass on respectfully, dispose of them gently, recycle them, repurpose the fabric. Let the release reflect the service they once gave. And most of all, start asking, what do I deserve to wrap myself in? Not just outside in public, but inside on quiet days in private spaces where my body rests and my spirit resets. Because how we treat ourselves in the softest moments determines what kind of energy we carry into the loudest ones. Your home deserves to breathe. Your closet deserves to reflect your worth. And you deserve to be surrounded by things that say, You are still growing, still vibrant, still becoming. It's not about perfection, it's about alignment. And worn out, shapeless clothes will always belong to the version of you who stayed too long in one place. When you let them go, you're not just making space in a drawer. You're telling life, I'm ready for more. Part 3, the invisible dangers of careless giving. You meant well, that bag of clothes by the door, it wasn't trash, it was generosity, a small offering to someone who might need more than you do. You folded the pieces, maybe even smiled as you imagined someone else wearing them. Then you dropped the bag off, relieved, cleared, lighter. But a few days later, things felt off. You couldn't explain it. Your energy dipped. Tension crept into your home. You started waking up tired. Arguments sparked over nothing. The small joys felt a little more distant, and it didn't make sense. Until you realized you gave the clothes away, but not the energy inside them. We talk a lot about clearing space, decluttering, giving back. What we don't talk about enough is how we give, because giving is not just an action, it's a transmission. And when we give carelessly, we don't release, we redirect. We don't free the energy, we pass it along unfinished, unresolved. And worse, we invite it to return. Giving becomes a loop, and if you're not mindful, that loop begins to circle you. There are quiet dangers in careless giving. The first is emotional displacement, when we donate out of avoidance, because we don't want to deal with what something means, because we just want it gone. We're not actually clearing. We're pushing away a feeling we haven't faced. That jacket you tossed after a breakup, that dress from a hospital visit you didn't want to remember, the worn-out sweaters that made you feel invisible in your own skin. If you gave them away just to avoid what they held, you didn't release them. You just scattered the fragments, and that emotional dust will eventually settle somewhere else. Maybe in someone else's life, maybe in your own home. Energy always finds a landing spot. Then there's the danger of intentionless giving. When we give without thought, just to declutter, just to tick a box on our to-do list, we strip the act of its power. True giving is a ritual of exchange. Something leaves your space, but only when it no longer holds weight. And it carries your last imprint, your mindset, your feeling, your state of being in that moment. If that moment is rushed, frustrated, resentful, or numb, then that's what you're sending out. And guess what? That's what comes back. In your relationships, in your finances, in the strange way that nothing seems to go right for a while after what was supposed to be a generous act. We think that giving automatically generates good karma, but energy doesn't work like a reward system. It works like a mirror. It reflects what you put into it, not what you intend, but what you actually embody. So if you're giving from emptiness, from stress, from I just want this out of my house, that's what will echo back. That's why some people feel worse after donating, not because giving is wrong, but because they gave without clearing, without awareness, without reverence. And then there's the most overlooked danger of all, giving with subtle judgment. They should be grateful to get this. It's better than nothing. At least I didn't throw it away. That energy is poison, not because you're a bad person, but because the moment you give from superiority, you forget that every object carries its own vibration. You forget that what you offer becomes a part of someone else's space, their life, their body. And if the gift is laced with pity or indifference or condescension, it leaves a residue that cannot be unseen or unfelt. Generosity without humility is noise, movement without meaning. And while it may look good from the outside, it doesn't resonate, it doesn't heal, it doesn't bless. So what's the alternative? It's simple but sacred. Pause. Before you give anything away, pause, touch the item, ask what it holds. What part of you still lives in it? Are you giving it from fullness or fatigue? Have you said goodbye to what it meant to you? Have you cleansed it, blessed it, released the emotional energy it may still be carrying? Giving should be a closing ceremony, not an afterthought. When you treat the act of letting go with intention, it transforms everything. That cardigan doesn't just leave your closet, it carries a whisper of warmth into the next home. That dress doesn't just free up space, it makes space for something new to arrive. But only if you give it with clarity, with peace, with love. And let's not forget the final piece. Who are you giving it to? Energy flows directionally. When you give to someone who genuinely needs, appreciates, and values what you're offering, the current stays clean. But when you give just to unload, just to make room, just to get it out of your hands, it can land in the wrong place, in the wrong energy, and imbalance begins. You'll know when this happens. Things go missing. Emotions run high. You feel irritable for no reason, and you can't trace it back to anything obvious because it wasn't obvious. It was subtle. It was the sweater, the box, the bag you dropped off without a moment of breath or blessing. This is not superstition. This is sacred responsibility. You're not just moving objects, you're moving energy. And the way you do it shapes what comes next in your space, your mood, your momentum. So the next time you find yourself gathering old clothes, slow down. Give thanks, cleanse gently, fold with respect, whisper a blessing, and ask yourself, not do I still want this, but what am I sending out with this? That single shift in awareness could protect your peace, bless another, and open a new chapter of clarity, one bag at a time. Part 4, the ritual of cleansing before giving. There's something deeply sacred about giving when it's done right, but too often we forget the before. We rush to donate, to declutter, to drop off bags of old clothes at a center or on someone's porch without realizing we're not just passing on items. We're transferring energy, emotion, memory, the vibration of what we've been through and how we've chosen to let it go. If we don't pause and cleanse what we give, we're not truly releasing it. We're simply handing off the weight to someone else, hoping they won't feel it. But energy doesn't vanish because we ignore it. It either transforms or it lingers. That's why we need ritual, not religious, not dramatic, just intentional, just present. A small sacred space between this was mine and this is no longer mine. A soft threshold that turns giving into grace. The first part of this ritual is simple, acknowledgement. Before you give anything away, hold it. Really hold it in your hands, against your chest. Let the stillness settle. Ask yourself, where has this piece been with me? What did I walk through while wearing it? What memories are stitched into its seams? This isn't about digging up pain. It's about witnessing, about saying, I see you, I remember. Because until something is fully seen, it cannot be fully released. Once you've acknowledged it, the next step is cleansing. Think of it as refreshing the fabric on an energetic level. Start physically. Wash the clothes, ideally with a bit of sea salt or baking soda mixed into the water. Salt is nature's oldest cleanser, drawing out stagnation and residual emotion. Let the clothing dry in sunlight if you can, not just because it's natural, but because light itself is energy, warmth, life. Sunlight infuses whatever it touches with vitality. It doesn't just dry the fabric, it revives it, resets it. If washing isn't possible, use smoke. Sage, incense, cedar, whatever speaks to you. Gently let the smoke pass through the fabric. Let it rise and fall, carry away what's old, what's heavy, what's not meant to linger. Let the air feel new again. The point isn't the method, it's the intention. What you mean is what transforms. The third part is blessing, and this is the part most people skip. But it's the most powerful. Before folding the item, bring your hands to it and speak, not loudly, not performatively, but truthfully. Whisper something like, may this bring peace to whoever wears it. May they feel safe, strong, held, free. Or, this held me through hard times. I release it with love and I wish only goodness for its next chapter. Words carry energy. When spoken with heart, they change the atmosphere. They turn cloth into comfort, memory into medicine. Then fold it with care, not hurried, not robotic. As if you're preparing a gift, not just for someone else, but for the universe. Because when you release with reverence, the universe responds in kind. You're not just letting go of something you no longer need. You're opening a door for something that's been waiting to come in. Finally, choose the right recipient. Energy has direction. If you give something energetically clean to someone who will appreciate it, who truly needs it, who will wear it with gratitude, then the energy continues to flow. It becomes circular, harmonious. But if you give without thought, dump it on someone who doesn't want it, or in a space that feels heavy, or with a mindset of just get this out of my house, that energy gets stuck again. This isn't about being controlling, it's about being responsible. Where your energy goes matters. This ritual doesn't take long, a few moments, a few breaths, but the shift is massive and you'll feel it, not just in your body, but in your space, in your home, in how the air feels after you've given from clarity, not clutter, in how your own heart feels lighter, not from avoidance, but from true release. You might notice your sleep deepens, that certain rooms in your home feel more open, less stuck. You may find that after a ritualized giving, new things come into your life faster. Opportunities, ease, peace. That's not coincidence, that's alignment. That's what happens when you take care with what you let go of. And here's the most beautiful part. You're not just protecting your energy. You're protecting someone else's too. The person who puts on that old sweater won't know your name, they won't know your story, but they'll feel something different, something soft, something whole. They won't feel the echo of your pain, but the warmth of your release. And that is sacred. So let's stop treating giving like a chore. Let's stop racing to donate just to get things out of the way. Let's reclaim giving as a kind of gentle magic, a way to cleanse not just our closets, but our memories, our homes, our hearts. The next time you hold something you're ready to give away, don't ask, "Do I still want this?" Ask, "Have I released what this once held?" If the answer is yes, bless it, fold it, and let it go. If the answer is no, pause, feel it, heal it, then release. Because when we give with love, we don't just pass things on, we pass forward light. And there's no better gift than that. Maybe you started this video thinking it was about clothes, about clearing out your closet, about what to give and what to keep. But now you know it was never just about fabric. It was about memory, about energy, about the invisible weight we carry and sometimes pass on without meaning to. You've heard today about clothes tied to illness, to grief, to heartbreak, to exhaustion. You've learned that when we give without care, we're not just giving things, we may be transferring stories, emotions, even energetic patterns. Not because we're careless people, but because we've never been taught that the objects closest to our skin also stay closest to our spirit. But now you have been shown, and that knowing changes everything. This isn't about fear. It's not about superstition. It's about respect for your past, for your energy, for the homes and hearts that will hold what once belonged to you. Because when we cleanse before giving, when we pause, acknowledge, release, and bless, we don't just remove clutter, we clear space. Inside and out, we become keepers of flow instead of creators of stagnation. We become soft guardians of peace. And maybe, just maybe, the next time you hold a garment in your hands, before you toss it in a bag, you'll ask a quieter question. Not, "Do I still want this?" but "What has this carried for me? And how will I let it go?" That's where the shift begins. If you've stayed with me through this journey, thank you. I know it may have stirred memories or opened questions you haven't asked in a long time. That takes courage and tenderness, and I honor that in you. So tonight, when you return to your room and glance at your closet, breathe. Let stillness come. There is no rush, no urgency, only an invitation to release, to remember, and to begin again, lighter, clearer, and more whole. From my heart to yours, thank you for listening. May your space be peaceful, may your giving be graceful, and may everything you release return to you as light. Until next time, take gentle care.